Karen for Mad Paper Crush here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the last week of the year, as well as the day after Christmas. I hope that you all are enjoying time with family and friends. And thank you so much for joining me for part 2 of my assemblage. So this is a video series that I've done for the last several years where I kind of take 10 projects from throughout the year and review them and go over them and kind of consolidate them into one place where you can kind of see what I've been up to. So this is part 2, and we're going to go through 5 different projects that I did, and I will put the links to all of the different projects that I did down below if you'd like to look a little bit more into the ones that you see here. So thanks so much for joining me, and let's go ahead and get started.
All right, the first project I want to talk about is the wedding tome that I made as a special order for a friend's daughter's wedding. Now, this book, obviously I don't have it anymore. The newly married couple has it, but it served as both the seating chart as well as a sign-in book for the guests at the wedding. So I made this book completely from scratch. It did not exist before I put it together with faux leather and some metal filigree and all kinds of stuff. So I do have a flip through of the entire book, which was castle themed, and you'll see some of those pages in just a minute. But I had so much fun making this, and it really turned out great. So here are some of the castle pictures that I put in. And then you can also see where the seating chart, there's names on each one of those and then tags that come out of those little pockets there.
All right, next up is a little clusters project. So you've probably seen lots of videos on people making clusters. The reason I like this video so much is because I have a lot of paper that is already cut out. So labels, different, I don't know, this one's a department store ticket, all kinds of different things. And I thought these would make great bases for clusters. Plus, of course, we also use things like book pages and some circles just from a circle punch and things like that. But I talk about some great things to use in your cluster making to help have a stash of them that you can add things to use in any way you want. So if you can see, I kind of put these butterflies down just to give you an idea of some of the final touches you could put on something, but I like to keep them pretty plain so that I can add my own accents and themes to them when I use them in my different journals. So this one's a really fun one, and it's definitely a good way to get rid of not only paper scraps, but different stickers that you have, other kind of ephemera you may have collected, different stamps, fussy cuts, labels, all that good stuff. So this one's really fun to do, and I hope that you'll join me. I will link it down below so you can see how to make some really fun clusters, and they come together super fast to use in your journals. All right, my next project I want to talk about is my December planning. Now, I didn't do a ton of junk journal planning on video this year. I always like to have a planner with me, but I decided to really try to go all out for December. So I have my December planning, and we go through this cover page here. I have a timeline that I put together, and then I have the different weeks with different fun things that I put together on all of the weeks throughout the year. It's really simple. I used cutouts from scrapbook paper and that kind of thing. So it wasn't anything real technical. I'm not a, super excellent hand-drawn artist. So there's a lot of different things that I do in there to make this easy and fun to do. And plus it's using up some book pages, which I always love to do as well. So if you would like to see how the cover page came together and how you can maybe do easy weeks for your planner, you can join me in my December junk journal planner video. Okay, next up is my Carnival Zine. I have a friend, Michelle, over at Tippin who has been furiously making all sorts of amazing, wonderful zines. And I haven't made one in a really long time, and so I wanted to give it a try. The works that she had done were so inspiring. I thought it would be fun to do some myself. So I came up with this Carnival Zine. that you can see here how it comes together. And it's just a one-page piece of paper that you add all sorts of fun things to create a little booklet. So this project is actually step-by-step how I make my zines and going through and decorating all of the pages. So these are perfect to make copies of and send them to your friends, which reminds me, I need to do that for my friend Michelle very soon. So if you'd like to take a look at how this fun Carnival zine came together, I will link that down below as well. All right, and this is the final project for my part 2 assemblage, and I think it was my favorite project of this year, and it was all about Tippins. Now, I had heard the term Tippins many years ago when I first started doing scrapbooking, but I feel like it hasn't been explained real well, and I think that it makes a wonderful addition to junk journals. So I have a video about what Tippins are and how to use them and how to create a whole bunch of different kinds of them using different materials, using different techniques and things like that. So this is, before I go into the Tippins, this is my idea book. So this is an old poem book that I have transformed into my idea book that I keep around for different ideas that I might want to use in different journals. So I did a lot of my Tippins in here because I wanted to have something to sort of spark my memory or give me inspiration when I'm actually putting together a journal. So I love this little idea book, and you'll probably see all sorts of different, papers for ideas of different things that I would like to do or have done in the past. So the first tip in right here is using an old, what looks like a library card and some ribbon. And so that one is a lot of fun to put together. And then my second tip in, we use an envelope. And I think it's really fun to use an envelope for a tip in, because then you kind of have a hidden pocket in your journal as well. And then I also made a tip in with a tag, and I actually used some fabric to attach this one. So that's a lot of fun as well. Then my next one, let's see if I can find my next one here. Oh, my next one was just a scrapbook paper tip-in using some washi tape. And now this is kind of the one that I remember most from years ago when I had first learned about tip-ins and what they were. And when I was doing bullet journaling back then, I was using a lot of these types of tip-ins to add space where I could write and, plan and do different things like that. So that's that kind of tip in. You can also use old postcards. So here's a postcard tip in where you can just tip it down and you can write some journaling on there or whatever. And then we also talk about fabric tip-ins, and this one is really fun because it would hide anything that you put underneath. Right now I just have a book page under there, but it would be really fun to maybe put some lined old paper on here, maybe some ledger paper where you could have some writing that would be hidden by your tip-in there. So if you'd like to learn more about tip-ins, you can head to that video as well. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me for part 2 of my assemblage. I hope you enjoyed these projects as much as I enjoyed putting them together for you. Once again, if you'd like to look at them any further, please head to the description box where I'll have them all linked for you. So this is the last Tuesday of the year, and I hope that you're spending time with friends and family. I hope that you're enjoying this holiday season and are ready to ring in 2024. And I will see you again in the next video. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.